So right now we have our Cleveland SteamChef. With this guy, this is a boilerless unit. What does that mean? If you kind of get down in here and lift up, I'd have to take these out and we'll do that here in a second. It is just the empty cavity down there. That's where the water is going to fill up. That's where the water is going to be boiling and creating steam within the cavity. It doesn't have a boiler or generator, which means that is something that is in a separate area that comes to it and then goes into the cavity. So this is a boilerless unit. While I have the door open, let me show you this. So this gasket, when this gasket is, and you can kind of even see it right now because it's been closed a lot. Can you see that seam? It gets used to being closed, okay? So an important thing with this gasket is every 3 months, 6 months, whatever it might be, come on out. Live TV's always easy. There we go. All right, see how it has little kind of darts back here? Those just eye hook into here. So every 3 months to 6 months, when it was like this, take it, turn it, put it back in. So some controls real quick. It's really very easy. There's an on and an off, right? Or if you happen to speak those languages, it's that. But if you look down, it's actually on and off right there. And then you're just setting time, right? So it's just one setting. It's 212 degrees. We have add water as an alarm. Let me show you guys some of these things in here. All this can come apart and go through the dish machine. Right, so this rack. This rack. Now that bottom I was showing you earlier comes right on out. Okay, you guys can kind of see right here, food and whatever else might fall, it's going to fall to here. And then as that water starts to condensate and drain down, because steam is actually a dry gas, I promise, what you see is the condensation part. But that condensation will start to go down this drain, but it'll keep that drain from getting clogged. So it's really important to have this down there. So this can go through the dish machine if you'd like as well. 3-comp sink also. And one last thing comes out, it's this bit back here, this little fan housing. Goes up, and this can come out and go through the dish machine. One of the things you're gonna see, now if you look in here, you're gonna see that it's just an empty cavity for the most part, right? We have a couple of probes here, and a little drain way down there in this case. Sometimes they can be an automatic, sometimes they are manual. It's depending on which unit you got. With this, now it's a very easy wipeout, okay? I'm gonna suggest you to first use vinegar to get rid of scale. Scale is an awful white thing that you start to see build up inside. If your water is really awful, you'll see it the first day. If your water is not so awful, you'll see it the third day. All right, so with that, try white vinegar. Put it in, you can even put a couple of capfuls in while it's boiling to help loosen it up. And then when it's emptied out and drained out, by the way, it's gonna be hot, careful, go ahead and give it a wipe down and see if that can kind of help. If that doesn't do it for you, right? We did the boiling with the delimer and then we did the wiping out, or with the vinegar, go ahead and use delimer. But follow the directions on that. And one really important thing with delimer is when you feel like you wiped it all out, go ahead and give it one more clean wipe with new rag to get it all out. Delimer is an acid. It's a stronger acid than vinegar, and it will start to eat some of the stainless. So that's an important thing for us, okay? Otherwise, you're gonna wanna maybe clean these probe tips a little bit with that rag. Can you see those little probe tips there? See how they're a different color? Kind of give those a little cleaning with the rag that has the vinegar on it, or delimer if your scale is really bad. Don't let that scale build up. I know it can be a frustrating thing to have to clean. Really, the easiest way is to put the vinegar or the delimer in with new water, right? Go ahead and drain it and have it fill back up. But go ahead and put that in, close it and let it steam for 15 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, whatever it is, and then go ahead and start that. It's gonna make this last a lot longer if you go ahead and clean it every day, especially if there's scale buildup. You're gonna have to do the scale every day because our water is really awful. If you can give it better water, it's gonna last even longer, okay? So last thing, in this case, this is the manual one. We got things inside of here. There's some filters and whatnot, but that's where they would drain down to. Some people get frustrated on it won't slam it, okay? So thanks for joining us. If you have any questions, reach out to us, but have a great day. Enjoy.